Alright, join us in part 2. In the first one, basically, I was looking at a way to get this rear caliper off the Benelli TNT 125 without having to remove said rear wheel. And there is a way. As seen in the previous video, we cut down there, 13mm nut back there, and with the angle combination spanner you can fit right back there and do what you need to do. 12mm just back here, we'll undo this, and as you've seen, it all pops off. Before I do go any further, the reason I'm taking mine off, and the reason I wanted to figure this one out, is because I'll put this back in a little bit. I'm swapping the brake calipers over. The boot slider on this one is completely seized in. Not too sure I'm going to get it out at the minute, so I've got a replacement one, and we're going to throw that one in for now. It was a 14mm, I believe. So I'm loosening this. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. It might take a bit of force. Save myself some strain. Put a caliper, but I'll put on the pads to swap it back in there. Makes much of a difference, but there we go. Oh, there we go. Make sure you've not severed the wires. Be careful, because there's two wires here on your brake light switch. Basically, what we want to do here is slacken it off like that, so it's slack, and then we're going to go and actually remove it. So yes, so I have had to kind of put it back on, screw it back on slightly for this bit to be removed. I mean, it's still a faff to remove this rear caliper because you kind of got to do this, but it's not as much as having to take the rear wheel off and re-grease your axle. Because I'm an OCD kind of person, I end up having to check everything while I'm there. I don't want things going back together dirty, so the less parts I have to remove, the better. It's not better for the bike, because the more parts I remove, the more work I end up doing to it, just trying to make everything look spick and span and bang on how it should. So yes, I should just be able to remove this in a minute. It should just come loose and roll him out. Yeah, this is the only bit of faff you've got now, doing it this way. Because it's a can't get any ring spanner in or anything like that, you've just got to do the old twiddle with the spanner. So it's funny when you do this, makes even the shortest threaded bolt seem like it's going for an eternity. Just maybe over here a little bit. That might be why I'm having problems with that. It's a bit easier for it. I'll be able to spin it out free by hand now. Almost there. There we go, she's out. As I said, as before, if you've got this cut here, hacksaw, whatever, will do it. Bend it back a little bit, and your line is there, it's all yours. Put it down, move us down to the bucket. And you'd be shocked to know, apart from the 13mm, all the tools I'm using at the minute, yet again come from Levy's toolkit. As I said, they do not make toolkits like they used to. They really do not. Right, now, what we can do here is let this kind of follow the path it needs to follow. And eventually that bit will crack loose, so you can do that as well. Give that bit of wheel, there we go. Try not to do this without snapping them wires. Hoping I don't have to, what's it? I've actually done another engineering annoyance here where I'll see what I can do. It's quite a few screws. You have to be careful, electrics, you don't want to twist them too badly, they will snap if allowed to. You'll keep them going where they can. I think you might be able to twist these around if you do it gently. Just let them follow where they're going. And you should be alright. For safekeeping, I might actually just DC the switch up here. It might make life a lot easier for me. You know, I'm hoping not to. So I just don't want to break any wires. What I can try and do is I can feed this back a little bit. So you can see what we're doing here. It's annoying that brake piece doesn't actually hold up. I might be able to work a way around this. Sometimes you can with these, sometimes you can't. Kind of like an O2 sensor. Sometimes you can get away with twisting the top end but not the bottom. So you just twist the wires. This is from electronics experience. Twist the wires back up here, don't allow your strain to be here. And you should be okay. Just keep twisting, send that twist back up. There we go. I've not got too far now. To be fair, that might actually come around there like that too. Yeah, there we go. Almost, almost. So near. Maybe I can. There we go. We can go around now. Now the thing too. There we go. We're free. What I can do here now, I can kind of untwist it. There we go. Don't forget when you reinstall it, retwist it, then it will help you on reinstallation. Right, that's that piece. We're going to replace the washers while we're here. There's my old bit. Brake fluid still inside. we're gonna fit the new one. So we have the washers at the ready. You can sometimes get away with replacing these, but just for good practice we're gonna put new ones on anyway. Right, try and hold it up, it'll help keep a bit of the fluid out so you don't run out too much. If you have some at hand, I don't at the minute, but I can change that if I decide to stay there a second. Give everything a wee clean up. Here we do. Some crud in the back. Let's see. I'm just giving a little spray down here. Same thing here. It's all evap and dry, so there you go, gushy. So we'll clean it off a little bit, makes it nicer for you. Is it possible? It was really a possibility for me at the minute. Take a couple of washers. Well, I've used this one. These one? Yeah, I don't know that going there, that's used. Badly used. Never mind. Stock plenty of spares. Pop that in. That's my old one. They look very alike. That'll hang there. We'll take our second hand one. 14, where's the 14 go? I'm blind. Now we're gonna do. You just swap the line over. There we go. Here it goes in like that. Another washer. Have that there at the ready. That goes in there. And that goes like so. I think that was kinked as well. Don't know what hit one. These are used, but I can see the use in that one. Weirdly. All the details of checking. Yeah, that one's been used. I really need to sort through these. How's that one looking? I'm eager that these have been used. It's all been sat on. Doesn't look too straight. Yeah, I've had some more, never mind. See if they match. Yep, we have. There we go. I need to examine this bag of washers because I think there's been these ones have been crushed already. They're probably my used bag. You Need to note that down for future reference. Just to show it helps to have eye for detail. You spot them tiny defects a lot earlier. Saves you a lot of hassle later on. Take his caliper. This is where, before we do screw it in, the laws of physics. I'm going to twist this first. A few times. And basically that will allow us to put the brake piece back on. There we go. You're almost forgetting something. That on there, that on there finally. That on there. Yeah, as you can see, because I've twisted it several times. Not sure a problem, we can twist it, twist it, twist it, and the lock off should bring it to where it needs to be. Hopefully. That's the swap. Now I'm done. We have to snick it up. Hopefully. Might have done with one more twist, but we shall see. Can always tweak that a bit. Not too much of a problem. Can snag this up on the bike, it's not too much of a problem, that one. Just use cable. I think before I put it back together I'll take it off from the other end just to unwound all that. I should be able to give this a snag like this. There we go. I think that'll do, mate. Yeah. Trap myself with it. Drop my spanner. I know, a clever one. Joking. Hey. You have to bear in mind it's been a long week. And I've still got to put her back together. All I want to do is sit down and have chill. But I can't do that at the minute. Twisty. I can get that more or less. Twiddle the wires a bit. I should be able to actually feed that more or less to how it wants to be. Just from experience of tinkering with wires, they can be a nightmare. Always handle them gently as you can. Fill that. There we go. It should be okay. Like that. I can always take it off from the switch side and swap it around later. But that's a bit done. Right. From here, we obviously need to fill this with fluid. Best way, I mean, probably from here now. Yeah, do I need to? Oh no, actually I can work on it from here, it's not a problem. Because here's his boot slider. His boot slider's good. I'll just get out another square tee, make sure that's clean. A little crap in there as possible. There. That'll be axle greased up. So next step from here be bleeding that brake. To actually get some fluid in here to begin with. For that, let's join me in another part.